Hello, everyone. It's Richard here, trying to show you progress I'm making on this ultimate mode discussion. So, what I had in mind was adding in, as you can see on the sides, adding in each scenario on ultimate mode and having a ton of details about how you should proceed on the scenario. So I'll just jump right in. So I'll have a section called overall goals, and then one for units to buy or upgrade, strategic ideas, tactical ideas, positional ideas, and units to focus on. Forgot to capitalize this stuff. And so you can see, like, this is a lot of work. I'll show you how it works just at Poznan, and I pulled up the editor just to show you what helps me. So at Poznan, your overall goal is a decisive victory and getting as many objectives as possible. And you're trying to get XP on artillery and fighters and regular infantry. That's pretty much what you're trying to do at Poznan. And then you're going to buy 3 7.5 centimeters with trucks and one 10.5 centimeter with the truck. So I'm telling you what to buy before you start the scenario. And this is really important in the first 2 years, especially the first year, so that you efficiently build up experience and get the units at the right time. Strategic ideas. So this section is important. Like, all of this is important. When you're playing on ultimate mode, you need to know all of this. You're going to use your Panzer II to ride north to block Conan. You can de-entrench ahead of time with a bomber. De-entrench Conan ahead of time with a bomber. Make sure that Khalees is blocked by something by turn 6. So if you're wondering, where is Khalees? Wrong map. Actually, let me show you where this is. Under DLC, Grand Campaign 39, Data, you can find this stuff. So we're looking for Poznan. There we go. So I have some names, or I use hex numbers. I'll get into that in a second. So this is the town Khalees. It has hex ID 238, and I kind of was using this, you'll see in a second, throughout the document. Yeah, so you want to block this hex by turn 6, which is what the major improvement I did on this map is it turns out you can set it up so that you don't have to block these hexes until turn 6. Keep enemy fighter occupied by attacking it every turn. This drains prestige and makes it so that no reinforcement can be bought at the end of turn 5. Okay, so this is a major strategic idea that was inspired by Soren's attempt. He kept attacking the fighter, and I thought that was really interesting. And one of the consequences of that is you drain the AI of prestige. And draining the AI of prestige means that on turn 5, there is simply not enough prestige to buy a unit. And because of that, you actually get an extra turn to block, and it makes a big difference. Okay, so tactical ideas. So that's strategy, that's big picture stuff. Tactical ideas. You're going to de-entrench by buying 4 artillery pieces. Yeah, and this makes the map significantly easier. You just need to buy a bunch of artillery. You'll have 3 in the south, 2 in the north. This actually could be a tactic, I guess. And then you're going to trap the bomber with the fighter on turn 3. That typically happens. The bomber flies to. I usually put my fighter here or here, and it will trap it. It depends on where you put your units and so on. Surround cavalry on Hex 814 with Panzer 1s and mountain unit. Okay, so Hex 814, what does that mean? If you open up the editor, you will see it's right here. And if you hover, you can see in the bottom left, it says what kind of hex it is and the coordinates. So what I mean, surround this cavalry with my 2 panzers and mountain unit, this is what I'm talking about. And make sure to bounce the cavalry towards the mountain unit to help finish off the cavalry. Yeah. So that's why you hit it with a tank from the south first, and then the tank from the road, and then the mountain unit can kill it. Set seed, so turn 1, hex 8-6 will be destroyed. So where is 8-6? I think I'm talking about this. Yeah. So you set the seeds so that the fighter on hex 8-6 is destroyed. That was not clear. So fighter on hex will be destroyed. Use fighter bomber to finish off bomber whenever on whatever airfield the bomber goes to. Yeah. So if you watch my latest attempt at Poznan, I set the ambush on the bomber, and then what happens that turn 4 is I attack it again with my fighter, but it's very unlikely you're going to kill it. And then you take your fighter bomber and you damage the fighter and you refuel your fighter. But you must be prepared. You move the fighter bomber to the middle of the map because you have to be prepared for the bomber going to one of 2 airfields. One airfield is this one. It could go there, or the bomber will go here. And if you put your fighter bomber like in this vicinity, you'll have the range to reach it no matter what, and then you can kill the bomber on turn 5, and that it just fixes the Air Force problem. Yeah, use fighter bomber to damage fighter turns 3 and 4 to keep fighter occupied. As long as you do 1 point of damage, which is practically guaranteed with the fighter bomber, the fighter will not move, and you just keep it there the entire time. If time allows, bait the AA gun on hex 15-2 to move onto river by placing Rudel or Ox fighter on hex 18-1 or 18-2. So what am I talking about? So this anti-aircraft gun is occupying an airfield. The easy way to get this airfield is usually there's a tank here. Is use your fighter bomber or Rudel to bomb this, and he will see it and will come over and attack it. And even if the tankette is not there, you can park your Rudel or fighter bomber here, and this infantry sees it. So then you can you're going to pull it off of this hex and to attack you. You're going to have an infantry here at this point, and then your infantry can take this on turn 8 for an extra 25 prestige. It's absolutely worth it to do that. A surrender on turn 4 or 5 may happen with correct placement of units. You may want to do this for a tiny bit of extra prestige. Yeah, this is dependent on your tactical approach to this counterattack. I'm slower and safer, but usually somewhere in here you can force a surrender and squeeze out a little more prestige, which I highly recommend. Positional ideas. Yeah, so I break... like in chess, there's 3 big ideas. There's tactics, there's strategy, and there's positional play. Panzer Corps is not any different. You should position Rudel to limit replacements on the AA gun on hex 8-6. He may or may not be on that hex, depending on what happens. But use Rudel on turn 2 to just hover over him. You're practically guaranteed clear weather at Poznan, so it will stop some reinforcements. It makes it much easier to kill this. So that's a positional idea. Position fighter to be out of vision range, but ambush position for turn 3. I talked about that. Yeah, you got to put the fighter in the right spot to set up the ambush. Position your Ox Panzer II on hex 23-3 to attack artillery and be safe. Yeah, this is a major improvement. 23-3 is here. This artillery will retreat to this spot. And you can park here, and what's good about that is the TKS can't reach you, I think. So, it's got like... I think that it takes too much movement for it to reach you. Or, wait, 23... It might be 24-4. I think the artillery might be here. I can't remember. But you can basically park your Panzer II on this hex or this hex, and it's safe from the TKS. And the TKS is frozen; it doesn't move, which is ideal. So that's good. And what else? Position scout on hex 22-4 by turn 8. This allows the scout to provide mass attack bonus at Conan, and on the final turn you can grab the airfield at hex 19-1. So 22-4 is here, and you can grab this airfield on turn 9 and provide mass attack bonus at Conan, or attack this if it's necessary. And the reason why it works is you're on a road, or is that a rail line? 2-4. Is that a road or a rail line? Huh, do scouts travel? That's interesting that it works. So you have 8 movement. So I thought that was a road. So 2 plus 2 plus 3. It must be a road, because this counts as 1, 2, 3, 7, 6, and the last 2 movement points take the airfield. Oh, I'll have to check that. Maybe a rail line counts as a road for a scout that has wheeled tracks. But you have enough movement to sneak in there and grab the airfield, which is super convenient. And it's an extra 25 prestige. And you don't have to fight for the airfield. What next? Units to focus on in this map. Fighter farm on 13-9. This fighter, you're just gonna keep attacking it with your fighter. And you'll have enough fuel. After you refuel once, you won't have to refuel again. So you'll just keep attacking the fighter over and over again. And you're gonna, I think I got like 61 kills on my last attempt. 61 kills over 9 turns. So I was averaging almost 7 kills a turn with my fighter. It's a good way to almost get a star on your fighter after one scenario. Get as much XP on artillery. That's super important. Get both regular infantry as much XP as possible. Focus on regular infantry in 39. You'll see that mentioned a lot because they need it. Keep one Panzer I who gains the most XP after regular replacements. Yeah. So both of your Panzer Is will take damage, but one of them will probably be in much worse shape than the other, and that's the one you'll probably sell, because you're going to give everybody regular replacements. But yeah, this is the structure, and then you could click, maybe you're up here, and then you want to look at Danzig South, which I did as well. I have a lot of detail here on how to play this, and I was thinking about doing this for every scenario. If you're interested in receiving this kind of document because you want to try ultimate mode, or you just want the tactics, here's my email. Email me, and then I can share this with you if you have Gmail, or I can just email it to you if you don't. So it's still a work in progress. I've added a couple of tactics. I forgot to bold this. But this is something I kind of have been working on. Why are you so badly indented? Now that I'm looking at it, how did that happen? There we go. That looks really weird. Yeah, this is looking pretty nice. So I would have, for every scenario, you'd have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sections. And it's pretty all-encompassing, and as you can see, I put a lot of detail into it to help you. And if you're playing the scenario and you have another screen, you could see this, and it has all of the highlights to help you have max efficiency. I have somebody that's mentioned that they're playing Ultimate Mode. They're going to try Ultimate Mode. I don't know. That's pretty wild that there's somebody else that's going to try this. But I figured I could at least get Poznan and Danzig South done, because those two scenarios are extremely important for helping you buy the units that you need later for max efficiency. But you can imagine this whole thing just keeps getting bigger and bigger as I add scenarios. And especially since I think maps are getting to the point they're just solved, and all that's really left are small tactical improvements. Other news in what I've been doing, I've just finished Grand Campaign 41 on Ultimate Mode. I just showed you Vyazma and Streets of Moscow as a replay. So I think I should... Let me close the editor. Never save, by the way, if you mess around with the editor. It'll permanently remember what you did. I'll show you my core, because that's cool. This is my third attempt at Ultimate Mode, and it's going a lot better. Where was I? Yeah, so this guy got him from Poznan, right? So I think he didn't have a truck. And this is really good. You can see, like, these are the kinds of numbers Soren puts up. Part of the reason it's so good is artillery support is much stronger, and he also got an initiative +1 hero. It makes a difference. Giving initiative to a grenadier is really sick. I'm surprised by this. Do grenadiers only have 3 initiative? Interesting. How much does Weimar have? 2, 4, 2, 2, 1. Oh, that's why Kratitsin might not be so bad. They have 3 initiative. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. So he got an initiative hero, and it makes a big difference. It's pretty safe to attack with him a lot. Let's see. Got him at Oslo. 440 kills, 7 losses, 3 stars. These are. If Soren were to try Ultimate Mode, I think he would do even better. He is a mechanical beast at reducing damage. But these numbers are jaw-dropping, in my opinion. Just massive improvements. 415 on this guy, got him at Oslo, 7 losses, 3 stars. He will, in my East playthrough, he will become a pioneer. And 42 is the year I should do that. My pioneer here... Oh, wait a minute. I have units placed. Okay, yeah, I have Wernsberger. Let me look at him. No, that's not Wernsberger. That's my defense +4 mountain unit. Look at this beast. I think he's from Poznan. No, I bought him at Danzig. This guy's got a 60-1 kill to loss ratio. And the reason for that is he got a Schaefer. He got a defense +1 at Dunkirk, and then at Minsk he got super lucky and got a defense +3. And this guy is wild. I mean, a defense hero on a mountain unit is sick. You can really rip into things, mostly really safely. And artillery will sometimes take shots at him and just has a low probability of damaging him, even on Ultimate Mode. It's kind of funny. So yeah, his defense stats, especially in close terrain, attacking into close terrain or defending in close terrain, and this mountain unit is tough. I mean, this kill count is sick. And let's see, this is Wernsberger. I did much better with him. 250 kills to 2 losses, 2.5 stars. I'm very, very happy. I was very aggressive with him, and it makes a difference because you need to get him to 3 stars as fast as possible. Okay, here's my other... This is the second pioneer I got. 530 kills to 18 losses. He's from Poznan. He got a movement +1. He was the truck regular infantry. So a lot of his losses were actually in 39. You know, probably more than half of them. And he got his hero at Mabuij, and he became a pioneer after that. And he's doing very well. 530 kills. but this other infantry, this one is behind 415. So I'm going to upgrade him to a pioneer and switch these two guys out because I want to keep the kills balanced. I'll get into that in a second. Right now, actually, look at Oladir, only 435 kills and 11 losses. So that is insane. I looked at some other attempts of mine, and Oladir was typically over 900 kills, sometimes over 1,000 kills in after 41, and I've essentially cut his use in half. And I only use him for key battles, and I only use him for key tactical points in those battles. And what's good about that, so imagine if Oladir had 1,100 kills, and I recorded here 435. So let's say there was 700 kills that Oladir would have gotten if I played with him more. Those are useless kills, right? Oladir doesn't need kills. I got 700 more kills on these guys. So my Pioneer has over 500. I have a mountain unit that hits 600, which is fucking crazy. You know, I've got all of my infantry are over 400 kills. Is that right? Except for Wernsberger, which is practically impossible. Look at this, over 400 kills. So I distributed 700 kills from Oladir to other people. This is absolutely huge to doing what I call max efficiency with your hero units. And what that actually means is you shouldn't use your hero units much because they're taking kills away from other units. I mean, look at that. I got like an extra 5 to 700 kills that could have gone to Oladir that actually went to other units who need it a lot more. Let's take a look. Krachitson. Look at this. The Krachitson has almost 500 kills. And this must have been my mountain unit. And that's part of the reason he has so many kills. And he got, at Spoils of War, he got a spotting hero. And then at Crete Airborne, I rewarded him with Krachitson. And definitely is an infantry killer, no doubt. And he's 3 stars. So the Krachitson has absolutely been phenomenal to use. I'm hoping to get him a second hero this year. Now let's look at my SE. 686 kills. That's a lot on this guy, partly because he was not gaining experience, and it was just really difficult to get him experience. But his use is going to fall rapidly, because I don't plan on using my SE much in 42 until I have to. They're mostly going to be deployed to guard and defend key locations and deter attackers. And he got an attack +3 hero, which is nice. My other SE Grenadier, 537 kills. He also doesn't need to be used much. He's excellent for defending key positions, though. I have him as a Grenadier, not a mountain unit, just because there are going to be times later in the war where I need Grenadiers more than mountain units. I don't want too many mountain units. So having Grenadiers is nice. I probably am only going to have these 2 as mountain units. Everybody else will be... I'll keep 1 paratrooper, I'll keep a Krachitson, I'll have 3 pioneers, and, everybody else, and 2 mountain units, and everybody else will be a Grenadier. You can see every infantry but Wernsberger is 3 stars, and they all have a hero. And my mountain unit got a second hero. Let's take a look. This is Kesha. 649 kills. That's how many kills it took me to get him his 3rd hero. Kesha is going to be sidelined in 42 as much as possible. I don't want him taking kills. The 4th star doesn't matter. I think it's kind of a fool's errand to pursue the 4th star on Ultimate Mode. Especially with tanks. They're going to get there, but 42 is not the year I would use tanks heavily. Because they're so much more important in 43. But I use them a lot better. 649 kills. That's 150 less kills than the last time I tried to get him to 3 stars, I think. There we go. And what do we have here? This is Rondorf. I used him very aggressively. 269 kills is amazing. He definitely took damage, but I was much more aggressive with him. And as you can see, he's getting a wide range of kills. He'll be eligible for a second hero soon. So there's that. What do we have here? This is the Panzer 1 I got from Poznan. He took like, I think 3 damage or something at Poznan. So 3 of the 8 damage was after the first scenario. He doesn't take much damage. I'm very careful with him. He got rewarded his hero at Arras, and it was attack +1. And he's 3 stars, over 400 kills. This is perfect. I probably won't use him much in 42. Tanks are much more useful later, and I don't want them taking kills away from other units. We don't need that. Look at how much prestige I have, by the way. 25,000 prestige. Totally bonkers. That's 9,000 more prestige than my last attempt, but I played a lot better. And I used some of Soren's tricks. So, let's see. This is from Ben Amel. 573 kills, 8 losses. He's doing very well. You know, I almost maxed out his XP in 39, and he got a movement +1, so that's going to be amazing on a Tiger. I got this guy at Belgrade. So over the entire campaign, almost 400 kills, 10 losses, and 2.5 stars. That's pretty good. I mean, the Field Marshal effect is extremely hard to fight. Soren will probably find a way to squeeze a little bit more out of it, but I think 3 stars is asking too much. You would have to basically throw him into nasty combat a lot, and it's not really his style. But still, pushing 40-1 kill-to-loss ratio, especially on ultimate mode with an inexperienced tank, that's pretty good. My scout didn't accomplish much. Very high casualties. I'm using him as bait, and he does some dirty work for you. And if you don't overstrengthen him, elite replacements are nothing on him. And he's doing very well. I get an attack +1 hero. Take a look at my Toad anti-tank. 355. He got 355 kills. He had like 106 kills at the start of 41, and he absolutely... I think he got like 200 kills over Streets of Moscow and Demyansk, and he got his 3rd star. And at Streets of Moscow, if you watch the replay, you saw the moment he earned the movement +1. That makes this guy twice as deadly. So I'm going to go with Goose, and I thought about whether I should have 2 anti-tanks or 3, and it seems like everybody picks 3. I think the answer to this is like 2.5. But I think if you get the right hero on a Toad, and if it's like a movement +1, then it's absolutely worth having 3 anti-tank. So I plan on using him more because of that. I think it's a lot more deadly. Let's see. Panzerjäger, 359 kills. He also got a movement +1, which is very nice. Very low losses, and 3 stars. And he got this hero at Smolensk. 11 losses on the Toad, not surprising. 5 losses, 304 kills, 313 experience. Got his hero at Demyansk Pocket. I used them carefully. He was close to 300 kills, and then that got him a movement +1. All of my anti-tank had movement +1. Our first artillery, 390, 0 losses, range +1, very nice. Range +1, 337. Yep, very good. 328, attack +3. I think he got this at Streets of Moscow, yeah. My last artillery, and that was a good hero. 328. I'm tempted to upgrade this to 17, but I'm not sure. Range +1, 378 to 1. And all of my artillery hit max experience. 328 to 2, attack +2, and let's see, 346 to 5, range +1. 302 to 0, attack plus 2. So far, everybody has over 300 kills. 387, movement plus 1. 504, movement plus 1. 514, attack plus 1 on the Wolframen. And defense plus 3, 379 to 0. I upgraded the defense plus 3 to Wolframen because they tend to be magnets for the Air Force. So it just helps protect against damage. As you can see, a couple of my artillery pieces crossed 500 kills. Let's take a look at my 88 movement plus 1, 661 kills. A dominant beast. You can crack 700 with a movement plus 1 if you get it early enough. He didn't get his until Crete Airborne, right before Barbarossa. Obviously a tank killer. I'm actually curious, it's a tank killer. How did these guys do against tanks? Twice as many as that Panzerjäger. This Panzerjäger got 16. That's incredible. 13 on the Toad. Let's take a look at the Panzer III. He's killed a lot of tanks. 18, more than the Panzer III. And let's take a look at Kesha. Way more than Kesha. That's because Kesha's a Panzer IV. Not really a tank killer. Let's take a look at this guy. Way more than him. I'm just curious at my Grenadiers. My Grenadiers are not really killing tanks yet. That's a 43 thing. So yeah, I think that outside of tactical bombers, that 88 gun is my biggest tank killer. 609 kills on my range plus 1. It makes a huge difference. In 41, I was able to just get extra kills because the range, you could safely hide the 88 gun and farm kills. I did that at Demyan's Pocket. He also has 11 tank kills. That's not bad. He's incredible. I mean, both of these 88s are going to get a second hero in 1942. 116 to 1, 2.5 stars. 119 to 1, 2.5 stars. I'm going to probably keep them as 7-1s. They are sufficient for 42. It'll be cheaper to give them... I want to get them the 3 stars and then overstrengthen them. Another trick I'm using is to delay upgrades until I hit the next star. And then I save a ton of prestige. It's probably like a couple thousand over the first 4 years. But yeah, these are really effective. They have high rates of fire too. This fighter is from Poznan, and he has 623 kills to 1 loss. Initiative plus 1, defense plus 2. I have plans for that fighter at Kharkov that I'll save for later. But he's got a second hero. He's awesome. Kittle, 77 to 1 loss, already 2 stars. I was very aggressive with him, and that's part of the reason he took a loss. But Kittle at 2 stars is a lot more deadly. Let's see, who is this? Bear, 544 kills. He's doing great. This other hero got 2 initiative plus 1 heroes and has 652 kills. It's crazy how active the fighters are. He got his first hero at Belgrade and the second at Streets of Moscow. And I have a bunch of initiative heroes on my fighters. They're just totally bonkers. I think like every fighter is going to have an initiative hero. So this guy is from Poznan. He got 2 attack plus 1 heroes, which is nice. Spoils of War and Crete Airborne is when he got the second. And he has 854 kills. If you look at Soren when he does a review, these guys will probably have 400 or 500 more kills. I am purposely using them less because I want my kills to go to other units, which is why the kill count's so high on other units. When did I buy this guy? Danzig. So he got defense plus 3, attack plus 2. I'll upgrade him to a Messerschmitt. 869 kills. I mean, he is a beast. I mean, he's objectively better than my other tactical bomber because he has defense plus 3. And then this is Rudel. I got him to 3 stars, 687 kills. I was very aggressive with Rudel. And it took all of that to get him to 3 stars. He's going to get a second hero in 42, no doubt. I plan on not using Rudel much in 42. I'll probably use him for Kharkov, Simferopol, Alavnia, and the final scenario in 42, Katalenko. Because he doesn't need to be used a lot. I mean, he's 3 stars, he's set for life. Helmet Length is insane. He has more kills than any other unit in the game, 924. And what helped him is he got an attack +3 hero at Minsk, and I actually stopped using him so much, but every time I use him, he just racks up insane kill counts. So he's... I don't even know if I will use him much. I'll probably use him a little bit in 42. Maybe when he crosses 1,000 kills or something. But he's going to get a third hero, it's no doubt. Heinkel, 118 kills. Maxed out experience. 110 on this one. Bistonye, 137 kills, and he got an attack +3 at Demyansk. Amazing. 137 kills. 121 to 1. So they're all over 100. They're all at max experience. I'm at 25,000 prestige, which is completely bonkers. So that's my hero upgrades. I reloaded heroes on artillery 3 times because I was getting like spotting or defense +1, and that's not very helpful. And then I got a lot of movement and range on my artillery, and you need it. You need at least 3 range +1, 3 movement +1, and ideally you want some attack heroes. And I got, I definitely got a few attack heroes. 1 attack +3, attack +2, attack +2, and attack +1, which is really nice. So that's my core. This is a really overpowered core. I think this is going to make 42 significantly easier. So I've been looking at stats. I'll have to do another video on how am I doing compared to my first attempt. And I'm doing a hell of a lot better. I was really bad on my first attempt. You know, so bad that I was doing 9,000 prestige worse with less experience. So let me know what you think about everything. And until next time, Richard out.